It's official. Come on down. Get the plaque. 3 members will be enshrined. And there are 2 seed Dave Parker, so 5 total. But these are the 3 that got elected today. Ichiro, CC Sabathia, Billy Wagner, the closer. You know, most notably, you remember him from Houston. Now, you need 75% to get in. So if you didn't get 75%, you're just short. Beltran, 19 votes short. Andrew Jones was close. Nobody else even close. Like Chase Utley, he's getting about half as many votes as he needs. And obviously, A-Rod and Manny, it's not a question of were you good enough. It's a question of what do you do with a guy that obviously is embroiled in some way. I'm not going to relitigate the whole thing here, but PEDs, A-Rod, Manny, Andy Pettit's name is there. You know, do you vote for those guys or not? And only about a third said yes. All right, one of the guys that we have that votes, part of our great family here at CBS Sports HQ, Matt Snyder. Love getting him on. I read your story about your ballot. You had a lot of other guys who didn't get in. You had more than the 3. And again, there's 5 total, 2 seniors, but these 3 are what we'll talk about here. What's your headline and sort of give me your overriding thought on the news that these 3 get in?
The question on Ichiro was, will he be unanimous? And he missed by 1 vote. I want to know who's the voter who didn't vote for Ichiro. Come on, get out of here.
Somebody who wants a little attention. That's what it is.
Guess so.
Somebody who wants it. They're going to name it out. They're going to go on the radio shows. They're going to build their brand. That's exactly what it is. It's the naysayer. It's that guy in your friend group that everybody says, you know, let's do this, and then he's the one who says no. It's some curmudgeon. I guarantee it. Go ahead, Matt.
CC Sabathia is an all-time great workhorse and 3rd all-time in strikeouts among left-handed pitchers behind Randy Johnson and Steve Carlton. Ever heard of them? So I really, really liked getting a chance to vote for CC here on my first ballot. And also Billy Wagner, last time on the ballot, 10th year, 8th in saves all-time, but he was a super-duper star on a rate basis, which is he has a much lower ERA than Trevor Hoffman, a much lower whip, a much higher strikeout rate. It was just a question of did he have enough workload, and we finally got enough people who said, yeah, he has enough.
All right. Yeah, look, if you were somebody, if I gave you the golden ticket, right, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory golden ticket, and you could just give it to anybody and they are in. Like, who's your guy that's not in that you would put in for any reason? You can give me Barry Bonds. You can give me somebody that was on here. Like, mine is Curt Schilling. I'm offended that Curt Schilling isn't in. He is the greatest postseason pitcher of all time. He is 11-2 with a 2.23 ERA in the playoffs and is a World Series MVP and an NLCS MVP in different years. He'd be my golden ticket. Who would be yours?
There's a lot. I wish I had more. But if you're going to say one, then I've got to stick with one. And you already named him. It's Barry Bonds. No testing at all going on when he was playing until the last couple of years. He never tested positive for anything. All-time home run leader. But it wasn't just that. Through the mid-'90s, he was the best all-around player in baseball. He ended up putting up a resume of one of the best baseball players in history. So, yeah, I think Barry Bonds should be in.
All right, you gave me a little bit on CC Sabathia, and you gave me a little bit on Billy Wagner. Let's talk about Ichiro. For people who are maybe a little younger and didn't get to watch him play or saw him at the end when he was in, Miami or Florida, whatever they called it by the end of business those days, like Ichiro back in the day, this is not a guy who showed up here at 20. He came in at 27. And as a rookie, I think he won the Rookie of the Year and the MVP and won the batting title that year, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to do this off the top of my head. Talk to me about what you think about with Ichiro, who had a cannon of an arm, too, as well in right field. Maybe only rivaled by Dave Parker, who gets in on the seniors.
Yeah, it wasn't just the numbers, which he has the numbers. He got over 3,000 hits. And as you said, he didn't even get here until he was 27. He had over 1,200 hits in Japan before he came here. So well over 4,000 hits in his professional career. Not a 5-tool guy because you don't have the home runs, but who cares, man? The speed, the arm in right field, as you mentioned, could hose guys at home, a great glove, a great clubhouse presence. But it wasn't just all that. It was how much of a global sensation he was. We had never seen a position player come over from Japan before and excel like this, and it was a worldwide thing. I think you can give bonus points for how much influence somebody has on the game in Hall of Fame voting, and he didn't even need any of those bonus points. He was there just an on-field resume as it was, but he would get so many bonus points in a discussion like this because of what a worldwide sensation he was. I mean, we think about the batting stance and when he leans down and he pulled that front sleeve up a little bit. Kids started to emulate that, and that's why he was close to 100%, instead of if he didn't have that global sensation type thing, he would have been like low 80s% or something like that. That's why he gets those bonus points. But again, the influence that he had on the game, you just can't measure. It was incredible.
Yeah, I think of him as the first sort of foreign guy that sort of, well, he ended the debate on could the foreign guys play here? And I don't mean foreign like in the Caribbean or Venezuela. We know about those players, but back Tony Oliva, all that. I meant like from the Pan-Asian Pacific. You know, we heard about Korean players, we heard about Japanese players, and we were like, yeah, but can they really play, you know, in our game at our level? And he sort of ended that debate, and as you said, was an absolute global phenomenon. Who are you happiest for? Like you go up there, you're watching the speech. Who's going to have the biggest smile of all these guys? Like, who's the one that you're like, I'm really happy he's in?
Billy Wagner, because it's his 10th year. You wait around for 10 years, and he was only a few votes shy last year. So I think it was like 73.8% last year. Then he knows going into his last year, I still need some more votes. That's got to be nerve-wracking, and he's done a lot of interviews that have said he really, really wants it, and it is nerve-wracking for him. So he's the one I'm happiest for, but I got to say I'm happy for all three. I mean, these were three of my favorite players for a long time. Sabathia, such a good ambassador for the game, such a fun interview. Had the pleasure of interviewing him once on the phone, and he's amazing. Again, Ichiro, global super duper star. So happy for all three, but you made me pick, so I went with Wagner.
Last question. You think of CC Sabathia as a Yankee or as a Cleveland Indian?
Yankees. The funny thing is, it was only a half season, but his best run was that really short run with the Brewers. That was unbelievable, but it was only a half season. Yeah. So you got to go Yankees.
Yeah. That's why I'm bringing him. No, he was the one guy. He was the best pitcher in both leagues in the same year. That's ridiculous. What I think of when I think of CC's about that year. That was the 1 year, and he won a Cy Young as well. Excellent job, Matt Snyder. Always a pleasure to talk with you. I can do this all day long. You know, this is what I love talking about. You know, I just want to talk about Hall of Fame guys and who's in, who's not. And again, I admit it, I'm a tough grader. I'm always a no. I'm usually positive, but when it comes to Hall of Fame, I'm very protective because I don't want to lower the bar. But that's who got in. All right, CBS Sports HQ, that's what we do. You can stream it for free. And on Paramount Plus, CBSSports.com/live/. All right, straight ahead. Late Slate